Ooh. Okay, it's time to have this conversation. It's just time, just time. Mm-hmm. I'll just wait somebody gets on here instead of wasting all this good stuff. Ah, talk about something that really means something here. I don't know, but what they say. I try to get a couple people to come on now because I got something I need to say. Like Jamal does. Because he gets thousands of people because he's cussing people out. However, let's see how many I can get interested in this subject. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I just want to talk about this one particular subject and see who has the hidden hand when it comes to the Salvation Army. I can you see how cold it is? Everybody sees how cold it is this week. We don't have a place to put people, and we don't want the Salvation Army in certain neighborhoods. But you won't let all those people who live down at the metro, who are at the metroplex right now, come live with you. So we just need to kind of remind you of that story about baby Jesus, right? When he was went to the inn and they said no room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give a few more minutes here, and we'll see how all this works. Oh boy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Now, normally I don't do this because I take streaming and things of that nature strictly as fun. But when you have a position in a city that I do, I am compelled to use whatever influence I have in order to make a difference in this particular case. And the case is in Montgomery, Alabama, the great Montgomery, Alabama, where we just got done celebrating the commemorating the life of Martin Luther King, a man who sacrificed his life in order to do the things that needed to be done so that we all may live the way we live right now. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'm ashamed to even have to bring this up. Really, I'm ashamed to have to bring up that poor people living in the metroplex in the city of Montgomery, and what that is a gigantic gym that we play basketball games in and things of that nature. And so what we have had to do, because the Salvation Army here, who have done a fantastic job of helping poor people since its inception. But now we can't seem to find the city bought out their land where their facility was. And so we live in a city now that doesn't want the Salvation Army in their neighborhoods. It is cold as heebie-jeebie outside this week. And it happened this time, and it'll happen again. We live in a city with 600 churches in it. Not blaming the churches for anything, so don't go nowhere. 600 churches. Now that tells me that most of us believe in God and Jesus Christ. I'm thinking that's what it tells me. Are you telling me with all the politicians with all the landowners around this city, we can't find a place for the Salvation Army to do their work. They're not asking for it for free. They're willing to pay. But nobody wants the Salvation Army in their neighborhood. And that's black neighborhoods and white neighborhoods. So what I'm trying to figure out, what is this all about? What is do y'all think y'all so good that your neighborhood's too good? That's funny, because here's the deal. All it is going to take is one storm, one flood, one catastrophic event, and you will find yourself without a place to stay. But there won't be a Salvation Army to help you out temporarily, because nobody wants them in their neighborhood. So what do we do? What do we do? So right now, the temperatures outside have been around 15, 20 degrees. It's been kind of cold. But I believe after tomorrow, those people will need a place to stay. Salvation Army doesn't have a place for them to stay at the moment. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, I don't know. But are we so sophisticated? Are we so high and mighty? And as we so as you sit in church this Sunday, okay, hopefully you'll go. Some of you'll go, didn't go. As you sit in church this Sunday, somebody needs to reach out to the Salvation Army and provide them not with free land, but with land they can purchase to put their business. They're one of the few people besides Friendship Mission here, and one of the few places where people who don't have a place to stay can at least stay there temporarily. But we can't do that now because we got some stuck up muckety mucks in the city of Montgomery. I don't have any money, because if I did, I'd help them buy some. So this is not a money issue. This is a sophisticated redlining. We are redlining the Salvation Army. Now, again, who's willing to let them stay with them? So my question tonight, is there no room in the inn? I just cannot believe with all of these people outside right now in this cold, frigid weather, the Salvation Army, where some people could go and get a little place to stay, can't get there, not because the Salvation Armies went out of business. We won't allow them, we won't find them a place to put their building so they can build. Okay. It's a shame and a disgrace. A city with 600 churches in it. And there's no room at the inn. What is wrong with you people? The ones with the land. So, and I'm going on my radio show, start calling out names of people, because this is ridiculous. We have 9 city council people and 1 mayor. And evidently, and we got some county commissioners. But this is a city thing, but the county commission can find something for them too. So we have we have state senators, we have state representatives, black and white, who always acting like they want to do something. Now you tell me, with all that political power, we got Mayor Reed, we got Doug Singleton, who is on the county commission. We got city councilmen. I'm not going to call them all by name, but are you telling me that we cannot find a place for the Salvation Army to build? Okay, I'm just asking the question. It's a shame. 600 churches in the county, in the PJ of Montgomery, and we can't find a small piece of land someplace to put these people where they can do the most good. Shame on you folks in Montgomery. Shame, 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 shame. Especially some of you folks with all this land around here. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a city where people leave hay on their land so it can be considered agricultural. Therefore, you don't have to pay as many taxes on it, which that's a good move. I got no problem with that. That's a good move. I mean, who wants to pay more taxes, right? Who wants? I don't. But we can't let the Salvation Army stay on the land. We can't find one piece of land that we can help the Salvation Army do their work. I mean, are we serious in this city? They're not asking for anything free. They're willing to pay. So who is going to step up to the plate? Who is going to step up to the plate and help the Salvation Army find a place where they can do the most good, where they can help these people who, of course, after tomorrow, these same people who we got down in the Metroplex and act like we care so much about, and a lot of people do, but they're going back to the streets. They're going back to the streets because they don't have any place to go. I mean, we got all kind of buildings in this town that are empty. I don't know the specifications of the they got something called what do they call that thing when you have to decide what kind of business is going into a place, and you limit some kind of business and then you can put other kind of businesses there. I forgot exactly what they call, or zoning. I know we have zoning issues. That's fine. But are you telling me a city with 600 churches in it cannot find? As a matter of fact, it would seem like to me that it would be a great place for some of these churches to give a little land up to let these people put their place on their land. Then again, they're not asking for free stuff. They are willing to pay. So I'm just trying to figure out, that's right. All it takes is a courageous council person or mayor that cared to come up with an area. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. So who's going to do it? Who is going to be the brave one? Okay, who's going to be the brave one? So many empty churches, so many cold people. And again, they're not asking for anything free. They are asking, they need to buy the salvation. And so tomorrow on the radio show, okay, we are going to have this. We're going to have this conversation again. And I'm going to keep on having it until I'm going to wear it out ad nauseum, until somebody comes up with a land for these people. And if that means I need to go down to the Secretary of State and look at all these pieces of land and look at the tax rolls and see who owns all this land, well, I'll do it. Because when I get behind something, when I really get behind it, I'm on it like a dog on a bone. Like the whole Whitehurst issue that nobody still till this day has made amends to that family for that. So I'm just asking the question: who will be courageous enough to make sure that the Salvation Army gets a piece of land where they can build their place to do their work? They do the most good around here. And listen, I know there are churches who allow people to stay there and all that stuff. But we got so many, we got a lot of church buildings empty tonight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not telling you to open the door to everybody and everything. But if you can't, if you cannot, if you can't use a church, then somebody turn the lights out when you leave. But we're not asking for a church. We're asking for the Salvation Army wants to buy land. And every time they want to buy a piece of land, somebody's whining about not over here, not over here. Well, if not there, where? If not now, when? If not you, who? So that's the question that is on my mind right now. Okay. Okay, that's my question on my mind. Okay, uh, and it seems like we love to say the least of these. We love to say that. Oh Lord, have mercy. I mean, we love to use that word. Probably this coming Sunday. Probably last summer, somebody said the least of these. Okay. Hey, Big C. Well, this is an important issue. We got people out here who can't, who don't have a place to stay. The Salvation Army, who does this for people, nobody wants to sell them land. So they and this is rich folks, poor folks, black folks, and white folks. Well, we don't want them in our area, Pilgrim. I mean, really, where do you want? And again, if Palisades in California, if the flood that happened in North Carolina and some part of Florida, if that didn't teach everybody, you're not exempt from needing help. You're just not. If it hasn't happened yet, it will. The only question is when. You know, so I'm just I'm just kind of saying, what is it that we need to do? But people, what's this guy say? Said, but when they give away free stuff, the line, that's right, it's around the building, but you don't want them in your neighborhoods. Absolutely, James. And I'm sick of this. I'm ashamed of this city. I am absolutely, totally, 100% ashamed of this city and the people walk around with all this land. And these people are not begging for the land. They just saying, let us buy some. So how many people will die? How many people will die or be mugged because they don't have a place to stay because the Salvation Army doesn't have a place to put them? Listen, I hope some of y'all sleep good tonight. I mean, if I had a piece of land, I'd give it to them. Okay, I'd sell it to them, no, but not for very much. But they're not asking for anything free. They're asking to let us buy a place where we can do our work. So I got to tell you, I'm really disappointed in us. I'm just really, really, really disappointed in this city. And 9 city councilmen, 9 of them, not just 1, 2, or 3, 9. We cannot come up with a place in 9 city council districts. Plus, we got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 5 commissioner districts on the county commission. We can't come up. We can't come up with a piece of land that these people can buy and build on. Okay, I'm just asking the question. Anybody want to come on? Listen, anybody who wants to come on and deal with this issue with me tonight, I love for you to come on. I'm going to put the link out here right above the video. So all you guys got to do is click on it and tell me, are we wrong or are we right or what's going on? Okay, but there'll be a link right here for you guys to put your thoughts on it, or at least come in the studio, and we need to talk about this. Okay, I mean, this is crazy. So many people in this city, so much land. But if somebody says, okay, let me make my point succinctly. If somebody said, we need land to build a casino, how many people, think about this now, how many people would say, here, you can buy some of this? How many people? Okay. So I'm just asking the question, why are we so stingy? Okay. Why are we so stingy with this? Really, I mean, 600 churches in this city, and we can't help the Salvation Army get a piece of land to build a place for all, because after tomorrow, people are going to be back out in the street. I mean, I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's supposed to be warmer by the weekend. Well, 60 degrees when you can live inside is pretty comfortable. 60 and 50 degrees when you're outside is not so comfortable. Okay, unless you're an Army soldier like I was, and like many of my friends who served in the military. Our job was to sit out there in the cold. I slept on snow. I slept under trucks. I slept in the rain, pup tent, GP medium, GP small. I mean, in the dirt, in the sand, deserts, on ships. I slept in all kind of things. I was trained to do that. But these people are not. So can somebody tell me why? Please tell me why we cannot get the Salvation Army a place to do their work in a city with 200, with 600 churches. And those are the ones we know about. We ain't talking about the home churches, or the churches at a department store. There used to be a department store and all that stuff. And listen, and I know all churches don't have lots of money, but I think collectively we could come up with a place for some land. They're not asking for free land. They are saying we will pay. All you have to do is tell us where. Okay, but we can't seem to do it, can we? No. Anyway, that was my pet peeve today, and we got on some of that. I had John Bowman of Hope Inspired Ministry on the radio show today, and Hope Inspired Ministries. Well, I got to tell you something right now. We're not inspiring. We're not inspiring Hope. We're not inspiring the Salvation Army to stay here. We're just not. I mean, they're going to pay for what you. They're going to pay for what you're going to. What they want. They're not asking for anything free. Not for anything free at all. All they're asking, can somebody give us some land? Not give. Can you sell us some land? And listen, and this is for black folks and white folks in this city. Okay. So this covers pretty much every spectrum we got here. We don't want them there. Because I've talked to black city councilmen and white city councilmen who said that people didn't want them. People don't want them to move in their communities. Okay. I feel you on that one. I tell you, I don't know. Normally I'm not an activist. I'm not like. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not an activist. But I do think this was one of those times where, with my position in this city, I have to say something about this. Something about this, because you never know where we're going to end up finding ourselves. I'm just telling you, the folks in California, millionaires and all these people who swear, who never thought at one time that they be looking for a place to stay. They live in $1 million mansions. I always say a little water, a little fire, pretty much can get rid of anything. Okay. It can pretty much get rid of anything. So nobody is safe. Nobody's that secure. Okay. Nobody is that secure. Nobody is that safe. Okay. And the problem with being out of the city limits is that a lot of people need bus transportation, public transportation. So you can't put them way out there in the boonies. How in the world can they even look for a job or go to the places that are put there to help? How can they get to the MAP Center, Ministry About People? That is Pastor Austin's place. They can't get there? They can't walk. So we don't want to put them on an island like it's a prison, but we do want to put them where they can have a place where they can catch a bus. and most of them don't have Uber money. Okay, I'm just saying, most of them don't have Uber money. So anyway, this is my pet peeve for the night. Again, I don't want. I'm not. Um, I'm not blaming. I'm not. I'm not. Listen, I'm not blaming Reed, but Reed is part of the Reed. All the people of the city council, they are part of the leadership of this city, and if they cannot squeeze somebody hard enough, so these people can get a place where they can build their thing, then we don't need them either. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, we something's wrong here, and I don't know what it is, but you can't. But anyway, so much for that. I just thought I'd come on and now if you want to join my little conversation here, all you got to do is click the link above the video, and it'll let you into my backdoor studio. And if you got something you want to say about this, then that's fine. I'm good with that. But if not, I'm just ticked. I'm ashamed of us. We got people sleeping in the cold right now. And if it were not for somebody had the good graces to say, well, let us use the Metroplex. Hell, it's sitting there empty and warm. So somebody looked between their legs and had a set and said, okay, did the mayor do that? I don't know. Did the mayor? I guess it would have to come through the mayor. But, somebody said, we got a set, so let us at least do something. But what's going to happen tomorrow when they have to go back to the streets? And we know we cannot build a facility by tomorrow from the Salvation Army. But the sooner we start the process, the sooner someone can stay places outside of the street. But anyway, I just thought there was, I just thought we was oh, I got somebody that seemed like what happened? I can't see him there. Oh well, maybe he thought he wanted to join us, but he didn't join us. But anyway, but if you want to join the conversation, please click on the link above the Facebook page, and it says StreamYard. Click on that, and you can come in and give us a piece of your mind about this. If you have a piece of mind about it, I'm okay. But I just it just irks me that we talk all this smack about brotherhood and Christmas. Wasn't Christmas just over? Wasn't it just over? Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Wasn't that just over? Wasn't it? I think so. But anyway, so much for that. So much for that. But I want you guys to call your city council people. Okay? Seriously, call your city council people and, tell them to get on the stick. Okay? Tell them to get on the stick. Okay? Because we need to do something, or else can we just tear down the churches? Seriously, can we just? I'm not saying that everybody has to. I'm not saying that everybody has to do any of this stuff, but I think you have to reach out to the people who are in power. Okay, so I'm just saying you have to reach out, and I realize that. Listen, I realize when you live inside, it's kind of like I tell Reverend Sankey about people in jail. You realize that nobody really cares if you're in jail. I mean, you do realize that, don't you? I mean, yeah, nobody really cares. Oh, we say it in polite company. We do say it. We say, oh, we do say it, and but we don't really care. I mean, we like saying it, but we don't. We don't really care. And that's the same with homeless people. With homeless people, I guess, do we care? I don't. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But you care about what you do, and what you say. That's all I'm saying. I'm just. So I'm going to hold. Let me put this up here someplace so you guys can see this. Okay, let's go to share. Let me see now. Oh, here's my buddy.
What's up, pal?
Anyway, I know activists, right? I don't act. I'm not
Why
active,
not? We're all activists.
but I
I
can't.
was going to look. I was going to say this because every day I ride by these people. You know where uh, my house is in Montgomery, but uh, I used to live right by the Salvation Army. What I wanted to say is the other night, Sunday night, and this ain't me bragging on myself because if you wouldn't have been talking about it, I wouldn't be saying it. But um, this couple, they're from up north. They're Yankees, and they live in an old abandoned house right down the street here. And I invited them. I invited them to come to the house and get in a hot bath, and like even though I wasn't feeling good and I was starting to feel like I was getting a cold, they would rather sit up in that house and do their drugs cold. And that's the way most of them are. If you go to 20 homeless people, because I know I see them every single freaking day,
Mm,
they would rather you give them $20 so they can get some dope versus you getting them started on a better life. So there's only a small fraction of these homeless people because we think of them as, oh, they're all just, no. 90% of them have mental health issues. 95% of them have drug addictions. Period. I mean, just from my own boots on the ground research, and I don't mind speaking to them, asking them, what you got pulled up there?
oh, that is the all the city councilmen and all the districts that they have. If you live in one of these districts,
Man, listen, that man, that old, I ain't gonna say,
uh, uh, well, you again,
I
no
don't
matter
care
what you
about the
think of,
homeless.
right? No
Ain't
matter.
nobody up there. Every single one of them people, including the Rondé, and he's my favorite, and CC, they don't get. Look, I ain't gonna say they don't give a shit.
No, and
Look,
I'm not
they
saying that
living
they
in
don't.
their house. They living in their house. It's warm. It takes extreme empathy or a highly sensitive person to actually give a physic about people when they're cold and hungry. And nobody gets elected because they're empathetic or they're sensitive to other people. They usually get elected because they're shrewd and don't care. And
Mhm.
nobody cares. Nobody cares. If it ain't
Well,
bringing money, who cares? This is the Romans. Like, we are the Greeks, and this is like Rome, like pay your tax. We don't care about nothing else. Go watch your entertainment. It's the Roman circus. Watch your football, your basketball, pay your taxes. You think he's gonna do anything about homeless people?
well,
That
again, I
man ain't
don't.
gonna do nothing. Marche ain't gonna do nothing. They don't give a shit. Not one of them.
Well, I'm not going to say that, but I will
I
say
said it.
I don't think they have worked hard enough on this Salvation
In
Army
yeah.
thing
In
to
other
get.
words, they
Mhm.
don't give too much of a shit. Sorry.
Well, again, I'm not going to say that,
No,
but listen. You don't poke the bear when you're trying to get him on your side.
you don't poke the bear.
No, when you're
You
trying
trying
to
to
get
get
him on
them.
your.
So what do you do? Do you pull down your bridges and let them kiss your ass, or do you kiss their ass, or what do you
Well,
do?
sometimes you do what you have to do, but
No,
listen, if it means helping people, then hey, sometimes you got to plant your lips where they
they
belong.
they
I don't
don't
know.
listen. They
Yeah,
It sickens me, and I'm so glad because I thought I was the only person. I actually Googled. We do have around, I think it's around 400 Christian churches, but in total we got like 500 and
yeah,
something
yeah. We
total
do
churches.
almost
Like,
600.
yeah, 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 but like Christian, and I'm sitting there thinking like all these nonprofits, all these churches, and I it makes me angry. Like, I want to confront these pastors and go like, how can y'all, like, I know you can't save everybody, but you'll have a flock. And if you ain't got a flock of homeless people, and that's what I used to like about the Highlands, but then they moved and they don't care about homeless people anymore, from what I
Well,
know.
I don't know if you can say they don't care
I
about,
could be wrong. They
but
might have a bus. They should have a bus to go downtown and get them, because that's all it would take is a couple shuttle buses.
right. But where you going to put them?
Where?
If you go downtown and get them, where you going to put them?
You're gonna take them to church over there on Taylor Road.
And
But
and
see,
when church is out, where did they go then?
they go back to where they came from. A drop off,
Exactly. But
a
the Salvation
designated.
Army has got a new model now. where they'll let you stay, I believe, for a little while until you get your act together. I'll have the Salvation Army
But
guy
they
on Monday.
still charge you. Did you know that?
Who still charge you?
The Salvation Army charges every night. Yeah, and they kick you out at 6 or 7.
I know about that, but I don't know if they charge every night.
It. First of all, if the Salvation Army wanted the planets, they could find the spot. So let's not blame the city. This is one time I'll take over
Wait a minute. I talked to them. They said it's hard for them to find. First of all, you can't put them out in the boonies. You can't put them out in the boonies because these people have to have access to public transportation.
Now, they're all, yes, you can put them out in the boonies. That's the best place for them.
And how do they get? Okay, how do they get?
A shuttle bus, a city line bus could pack in 3 runs. There's let's do this. How many homeless people do you think are in this city? Just guess.
Well, there's about 150 at the thing tonight.
Where?
Last night at the Metroplex. Have you been down there?
There was 150 homeless people.
They're over 100 homeless.
Who was having an event?
See that? Where you been, man? They let them
stick in the bed, sweating my ass off.
Okay, they let him in there to get him out of the bad weather.
Oh well,
look. But that's a temporary solution to a permanent problem. I can't
believe Montgomery actually took 5,000 square feet and used it for something good. Can you believe that?
Well, anyway,
they've been doing that, bro.
But anyway, the question is: I talked to the people of Salvation Army, and they can't. It ain't that they ready to pay for
more money when it's not built. Believe that,
huh?
They make more money when it's not up.
Why you say that?
Think about it. There's no overhead. There's no cost.
Their job. Wait a minute. Their job is to help. That's what they do.
I know, but they're not helping and still getting a check.
No. Somebody sold them the property they had to sell to the city.
I know, for the water park. Yeah. For 3-point-something million. Yeah, I know.
Well, whatever. It's enough to get them a place built, I believe. But nobody wants the Salvation Army near them.
No, it ain't people don't have the right to say the Salvation Army could get their asses on the ball and be more authoritative and stop waiting on this slow ass city because we live in Alabama to damn do something. They could get on the ball, but they don't want to because their life is easier with no people coming in and out, no ambulances.
Now, wait a minute. Did you really believe
ambulances? That? Yes, there was ambulances up there 3 nights a week at the Salvation Army because somebody been called the ambulance.
Okay, but those are people with problems. They got problems.
I understand. I'm not saying the ambulances shouldn't be called, but the people don't want to deal with it. They don't, or they would have already found somewhere.
Why do you think they're in business if they don't want to deal with it?
They're not in business right now, are they?
That's because knuckleheads around here say, I don't want to help each other near me.
How can they say they don't want? It's not a public installation.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
It's a private organization.
Wait a minute.
If they want to go buy 5 acres in East Chase and build it out there, they can.
No, not if East Chase said no, they can't.
No. All right. Well, explain to me how that works. If I want to build a skating rink out in East Chase, and they're like, who's going to tell me?
East Chase is private property.
Okay. Well, some land out there that's for sale next to East Chase.
And the people who own the land now can think they can get a hell of a lot by selling it to somebody outside the Salvation Army.
No,
listen,
my thought experiment to say, why can't the Salvation Army go spend that $3-4 million or more to go get 10 acres out in damn Middleine, out in Montgomery County, downtown, wherever?
And how do the people of Montgomery get out there? If they're walking, it's cold as crap out. How do they? There's no public transportation.
That's a problem that's not going to be solved. They're going to be walking.
It can be right. That's why you keep your facility within the PJ here or within the city limits, so people can use public transportation. Brother,
I don't know. I just think the Salvation Army, if they really wanted to care, if they really wanted to do it.
And you don't think they really want to care?
No, hell no. They ain't doing nothing right now. They ain't
Okay.
doing nothing. What are they doing? If you work for Salvation Army in Montgomery, what you doing?
Well, oh, they got a place. They are still giving services to people.
Where at?
They got an office over there off off Carmichael Road.
Mm.
But it's a small place. It ain't a place where you can put people in there to let them stay. So they are still trying. I'm just saying, you know what? You must be one of them people I'm talking about. See, you don't want them next to you.
Dude, they've been next to my grandmother since it was here, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see them all the time. Reality and Truth Ministries is right here, and they go over there to eat. And I went over there and eat. I've met several of them. I don't give a shit. They're good people.
Right. But the problem is right now
Some of
that
them.
Nobody will sell them land.
It ain't about. That's bullshit, Kevin. I can't
What's
believe
it about?
you believe that.
What's it about?
I can't believe
why
you
don't
believe that.
why don't we have a Salvation Army right now?
I know commercial real estate people, and if
They
you
can't
got the
afford
money, they could give a shit what you build.
No. You got zoning. You got zoning issues. Okay.
So what's
From
the
city,
zoning issue for Salvation Army?
You got zoning issues. You also have specification that you must adhere to anytime you're going to put people in the building.
Why do you have this up on the screen?
Have whatever on screen. Because I want people to call their city council people.
Well, they've had 15 minutes to look at it. Now that's better. Yeah, you need to.
Now wait a minute, Mister, my boss.
No. I'm just saying. Well, I'm fired up, man. I've had a cold for 4 days. I'm getting over it, so I apologize. But yes, I think it's 50% the city's fault, 50% their fault. Because if
I don't think it's their fault at all.
Oh,
they didn't ask.
No.
No. They didn't ask to move. The city asked them to move because they wanted to build which is fine. I got no problem with them building the thing.
You don't understand. Zoom out from Montgomery. Go over to where the Salvation Army used to be. Right. Zoom up. You got Alabama River right here.
Right.
You got the rest of the city. You got Prattville, and you got Montgomery on this side.
Yeah.
It was at the edge of the city.
Wherever it was theirs.
People taking baths in the river. They were pushed to the edge of the city.
What's wrong with taking a bath in the river?
Nothing, I guess. Okay. I mean, unless one of them tadpoles crawl up your wee and you turn into an alien, but I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, what?
Well, all I'm saying is that somebody on this city council, we got 9 of them. Somebody ought to be able to talk to somebody in their district and find some land for the Salvation Army.
We should be giving their ass. Well, then again, I don't really agree because I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, and somebody please let me know, but I lived near them, like less than a mile from them for 5 years, and my grandmother's lived 71 years. From what I understand, it costs like $40 a day to stay the night. Like they might let you stay one night, but it's $40.
Well, they got a new model coming, which is what I understand. They got a new model, a new SOPs now, and we need to give them a place. We need to get them a place before we can surmise if the new model is going to work.
I don't know. I just know if I was the CEO or whatever you call it of Salvation Army and I had the money, the funds, I'm sure it's over whatever they bought it for, the money they got, let's say $4 million, I'm sure they got more than that. They most likely got 10 million, with the rise of how everything's going. There's no way some savvy local business guy could just come in and say, hey man, y'all got $10 million. Let me find y'all a property and do it. It's simple. I don't think you can constitutional unless you're selling alcohol and you have to go in front of the city council. I don't think you have to, for instance, like Newtopia, the kids thing out on Taylor Road. They didn't have to go in front of city council, did they? I didn't have to go in front of city council.
I think everybody goes for the
No,
city council.
when I opened my business, my cannabis business, I didn't have to go in front of city council 2 times. My mama didn't have to go in front of city council. So it's bullshit.
When you get a business license, okay, and again, I don't know all the nuances of the laws and all
That's
that
what I'm
stuff.
telling you. They don't have to go to
I'm telling you, though, I've talked to them enough that they trying to find a place and nobody wants them in their neighborhood.
That's bullshit. They got the money. They don't want to work. They don't want to work.
That's not true.
100% true to me. To me. I won't be naive and say that's the truth, because that would be stupid. But to me, that's what I'm feeling. Because it's been what, 2 years?
Okay, well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to get them on the show on Monday.
Whoever you're getting on the show, I'm not saying, because I know that you can get the president to whoever, but sometimes people are just gonna say what they're supposed to say when the people at the top are doing.
You are a pessimist.
No.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You got to trust me. I trust the people of Salvation Army. Matter of fact, one of the guys on the board is a retired United States Air Force colonel. So I trust him.
You think they tell him he's on the board?
He's on the board.
He ain't getting paid.
That's why I trust him more, because he ain't making no money.
The people that are making money are the ones calling the shots, Kevellini.
Listen, I gotta go. Listen, we'll have this conversation again next week.
I mean, come on. They make more money not being open.
That's you sound like one of them Alex Jones people.
Well, hey, call me Art Bell.
Okay. Anyway, I just think that it's time for that discussion with the whole city and the whole community. We need to find these people a piece of land so they can build their business.
They can.
And look here.
There's land everywhere.
And America, I need you.
For sale. America is for sale.
Wait. I need you to leave that Pacalolo alone.
Man, listen, it's been 3 days, bro. I've been in the bed sweating my ass off. I know I'm drunk, but they don't. That's just the theory I have. That's not proven, but that's just the theory that if they wanted to buy some property somewhere, they could. They just ain't.
Okay, listen, you and I know very little about this.
True, 100%. I agree.
Right. So I'm telling you, but since my sources are impeccable.
Non-paid board members, yeah, okay.
Well, why wouldn't
Get me somebody that gets paid? Let me talk to them.
Okay, I'll call them next week. Anyway, it's always nice to see you. And I hadn't been using this thing in a while, so I'm I said since I got this thing. So anyway, we call this No Room at the End.
I like it. No room at the end.
Okay, no room at the end. Hey, man, I gotta go, but I think Montgomery needs to hear this, and they need to hear it now. And so when the next cold snap goes, every time it gets cold outside, somebody burns up their house.
Man, what you talking about?
And you know why they burn up their house? Because they're trying to stay warm. Because they may not have all the things that some people have.
And I would be willing to just bet. I don't know this to be factual, but I can Google it later. But I'd be willing to bet most of it's from electric and not gas.
Well, whatever it's from, but people are trying to stay warm.
Well, they got to know that them damn space heaters got to be hooked up, and they don't need to be overloaded. And
yeah,
anyway, all right. Well, let Reed know I said hello. I hope everything's going good. Peace, love, and respect.
And peace, love, and happiness. We'll get together soon.
Hey, is that Reed in the back right there? I see him in the back right there. Look at
you see who in the back?
I see Reed in your bedroom naked.
I gotta go, but we'll have this out there for a while because no matter what he says, we need to help the Salvation Army get a place. Okay, so y'all have a good night, and I'm gonna have to leave this up for a couple of days and see if I can get somebody on the radio show, which is, just in case you guys want to know, I'm on 96.5 FM, which is Praise, RAISE. Praise 96. 5.com is the website. And my time is, I'm on from, what am I on from T? I M E 4 to 6 p.m. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty good. All right then. All right. Where that music coming from? Okay, well, I gotta go. So, oh, ain't that nice? Okie dokie then. That's not nice. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Because that's, and how did I get on yours? That's mine. How did I get on yours?
Okay.
Oh, well, put it on mine, okay? But you can come on the show with me anytime you want to. See you guys later. Bye.